behind the camera, there's a display which is being set up here in Parliament Square. And that's to commemorate 53 years ago today, on October the 27th, 1967, the Abortion Act was passed in the UK, making it legal under certain conditions to perform an abortion up until 24 weeks.
I'm here because I think that women have better choices in abortion, and I think we owe it to women to give them those better choices. I'm here to say to Britain and to the members of Parliament, we can love them both, and we've got to believe, use our imagination to find a way to do that.
I've really come today to honour my two children. There's no other way I can keep my children alive today by other than standing here and saying I had an abortion. I did it twice. The biggest regrets of my life that Jude and Paul are no longer here. So I have to stand here to honour them.
The womb should be the safest place in the world, but it doesn't seem like that. And just seeing all the numbers, it's really putting it into perspective for me personally, and especially as a young person, it's really touching, yeah.
I'm out here today because I believe in life, and I really believe that someone watching today needs to hear that message, that life is important. In fact, the most important thing that we are given. And hopefully by being here, someone is converted to thinking and appreciating how important life is. That's why I'm here.
With coronavirus and all that's been happening, we've become really aware of the importance and value of every life. And yet this is something that takes hundreds of lives every day. And, you know, everyone can agree that abortion is something that's best avoided. And we need to do a lot more to prevent women needing abortion or feeling that they need abortion.
The amount of people that come to Rachel's Vineyard and the support that's out there for people that have had abortions, I see hope that way. I see hope in the women that have had abortions and are passing on the message that this isn't the best solution, that we can do more.
I'm the leader of the Pregnancy Crisis Helpline, an initiative which seeks to give people affected by crisis pregnancies a listening ear and to provide clear, distinct alternatives to abortion. If we actually remove the circumstances and point people to alternatives, we can starve the industry and see eventually abortion ended.
It was about 6 years ago that I saw the reality of abortion for the first time on a flyer. As soon as that happened, it was a total mind grenade, because I realised that, you know what, global warming isn't the greatest injustice of our time, nor is homelessness or even the modern slave trade, which is still a massive issue. No, the greatest issue of our time is the dehumanising and killing of millions of unborn children in the womb. Sort that out and a lot of other things are going to go straight, and that's why I'm out here today.
And you know, this was an act that was designed to make women safer, and yet since coronavirus we've had 2 women die at home from the DIY abortion pill. So an act that was supposed to make women safer has resulted in the deaths of 9.5 million babies. And I think we need to stand and witness for these lives. These were human beings, and these were lives that were lost, and we need to stand and commemorate them and say this needs to end.
And we cannot forget them to history. We've got to say, for each and every one of those lives, we're going to take a stand, that their lives were not just lost on this altar of selfism, that it was an injustice, and that their lives do matter.
We need to understand the importance of this, to be educated and informed of the impact that it can have, not just especially on the child's life, because their life is no longer existent, but also on the mother, families, and how it affects even generationally society.
Speaking from sort of a young person's point of view, we get censored so much, and we're really not given, we're really sort of intimidated and bullied, I think, to not share and not be a voice for the voiceless. And I think it's so important that we remember that we really need to be that voice, that we really need to stand up for people who can't speak for themselves.
So just here to witness to all the lives that have been lost since 1967, all the mothers who have suffered, all the families who have been hurt by this. And you know, it's really special to be here in front of Parliament where this happened and where our legislators are, and hopefully at least some of them will see this and stop to think.
Despite the sadness of so many children losing their lives, I have a great hope that we will see a country where life is cherished, life is valued in the future. We're going to build a culture of life one step at a time, one person at a time, and we're going to change this country to one that values and respects life.
Please God, it will be like Parliament will see it and laws will be changed, but if one person thinks actually there is value in life and they want to keep their child, that's a good reason for being here today.
We live in a political environment where anything can change. and actually we celebrate the people in the past who dared to dream of a world where all people were included in civil rights. If that's happened for the slave, if that's happened for the African person in America and in South Africa, then why can't it happen for the unborn child in the UK too?